Ladies, welcome back. I did a tag earlier this morning, the same shirt. I just got back from school. It's like almost 10 o'clock. My goodness. I left here at like 10. I came back at 10. You see that? I wanted to make a video because I did the my plastic surgery tag video. Black people. They just read the title, start disliking your video. Y'all need to stop, okay? But anyways, I've been reading some of the comments, and if you don't know, if you don't follow me on Instagram, last Tuesday night, I posted a video talking about mothers, don't give up on your dreams. And I was talking about my cousin, Sandra, and saying that she had a surprise, and she was actually pregnant. She was 6 months pregnant with twin girls. And then after that, I got on the phone with Songbird Deal for Life, Delapo. And I think we went to bed around like 3 o'clock in the morning. So around 7, my phone started to ring. It was her phone calling me. And I was like, why is she calling me so early? Girl, I'm sleeping. Okay? And then it kept calling. I was like, no, I'm not picking up. I'm asleep. It was like 7. Then it's like 8. They tried again. I cut it off. Then went downhill. My cousin passed away. She's been in the hospital since Sunday. She passed away, I guess, between Tuesday and Wednesday. The girls also passed away. She was 6 months pregnant. I don't even know why they didn't take the babies out, but I don't want to explore that now because I'm going to start crying. But my cousin is like, she's 30. She was born March 15, 1984, and I was born February 2nd the following year. So we always grew up together. We did everything together. There was a time where she also lived with my family. But see, the thing about West Africans, or even I think all Africans really, if that's your mom's older sister child, if you guys are like from the same family, y'all really like sisters. I mean, but whatever. This is the West. I gotta be politically correct, but she lived with, she's like my twin. Like, if I would get my hair braided to the left, she would get her hair braided going to the right. Does that make sense? So I really saw my life flashing before me. I was waiting to go see, it was in August. She's gonna have the babies in August, so I was gonna go see the baby. I was even thinking about adopting the baby so I could have the babies here with me, and now we're just like struggling to find her pictures or whatever. So I think that's also why I did the tag, even though I don't really want to explore her passing because then it's going to be a hot mess. I'm going to be a hot mess, okay? So please forgive me, but I do appreciate every single comment on Instagram, the emails. I truly do appreciate that. So I did the plastic surgery video today, and then I'm reading some of the comments, and some people think I'm mean. I'm not mean. I'm a nice person, and I'm very sensitive. Some of you guys, you've been with me since I kind of started my channel, So to read some of the comments, some of you guys, you don't take pictures at all. You run away from the camera. You're not living your life. I don't want to sound sensitive, but it really, or overly sensitive, but it really hurt me. It hurt me that I have viewers, people who watch me come on here with all my flaws and this and all my stretch marks and stuff like that. And then you don't love yourself. You understand what I'm saying? It does something when people tell you that they sub to your channel because of your features, because they have similar features, and that you're not living your life. And I'm thinking my cousin is 30. She died, y'all. And she's the kind of girl, she was always at home. She didn't go out. She was always at home. She didn't even live a life. That's why everybody's really, really sad, because she didn't really live a life. You understand? And that some of you guys, you're alive. I'm alive too, right? We're alive, but you're not living your life. And my thing is, you don't know what tomorrow holds for you, just like I don't know what tomorrow holds for me, and I've talked about that, because that night, I was talking about my in-laws and the things they're doing or whatever, and what they're trying to do to my family life, and I was even telling my husband, sometimes we let things happen, but it's how do we even know that we're going to be there? We're going to be here tomorrow to even keep fighting. No, you guys, I swear, I felt like my life flashed before my eyes, because I was pregnant too. I felt like my life flashed before my eyes, and it just put the fear of Jesus in me like no other, But I had to come home after reading all these videos, and I implore you. That means like I get on my knees. You hear me? And I ask you from the bottom of my heart to live your life. I don't mean go out there and do something stupid. I mean live your life. Like live your life. Live your lives, ladies. Enjoy it. Please live your life because you don't know what tomorrow holds. And I'm not wishing bad on anyone, but I'm just saying, okay? Tomorrow is not guaranteed. So when you're refusing to take pictures because you think your nose is too big or because you think your lips are too big or like I used to think I was too dark because, you know, being dark skinned sometimes if there's not enough flash, the only thing you'll see is like the white of my eyes, you know what I'm saying? So whatever. But you got apps for that. You got apps like Morbo to increase the brightness. You understand what I'm saying? Like I want you to live your life. Please listen to me. You know, if you don't go out, go out. If on the weekends you're home all day, why? Go out. Ladies, I'm so serious because if something happens to you and people don't even have a single picture of you or people don't even have like a single picture of you smiling, people don't you're in none of the family pictures. When there's a family reunion, you never want to take the pictures. Ladies, like it sounds so like stupid. Oh no, it's okay, da da da. But if something bad happens to you and you leave the people who love you with no memories of you, that's not right. That's not right. Like my cousin, like we're struggling to find her pictures and like that is not right. You understand? You ain't that ugly. Like, seriously? And it's not like, even if you think you're ugly, being ugly is not a crime. It's not like you kill somebody's 3-year-old and now you should be sentenced to, like, you know, life in prison. It's not murder, okay? You thinking you're ugly it doesn't mean, like, it's a crime. So why are you punishing yourself like you killed someone? I mean, like for real. Because even, I'm getting upset because I'm like, think about this. Even criminals, right? Criminals from people who just like smoke a little bit of, I mean, that's not really being a criminal. That's just being stupid. You know, but I'm saying like from somebody who like stole a car, stole somebody's credit card, committed fraud, to murder, being a pedophile, raping someone, like even those people who are like disgusting like that, guess what? They get a mugshot, which is like a free picture so they can be identified. You understand what I'm saying? So if a criminal poses for a mugshot, like they at least have one picture. You haven't done anything. You just think that you're not pretty. Okay, you think you're not pretty. So what? It's not a crime. So should you not live life? Should you not take pictures with your friends? Should you not like take pictures with your children? Should you not take pictures with your cousins, your husband? You know, it's not a freaking crime. I'm freaking serious. It's not a crime. And to your, like, if you have kids, you're never going to hear your kids say, oh, mom, I think you're ugly. Like, I mean, come on. Okay? And if you're married, your husband must have found something attractive in you for him to marry you. Therefore, you really are not a criminal. Like I'm just saying, like, please stop. Like, please, because it gets to a point where you really are, it's like you're punishing yourself. And you freaking have to stop it. Because you don't know what can happen to you tomorrow. And you're so worried about with strangers, people who are probably going to see you for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, or a few hours, and you'll never see them again. You're so concerned about what these dumb mofos have to say about you that you're not even listening to the people in your own house who love you for who you are. Like the freak man, like you guys, you don't understand what I'm saying. Like, even my mom was saying, she was like, at least, like, even though we can't see the twins, but at least, oh, shucks, I'm trying not to cuss, you know, like, at least we have a sonogram. You know, that's all we'll ever have, like, of my nieces, is a freaking sonogram. And here you are, you're not building memories. Every time you're with friends and family, it's like a Kodak moment. Okay, outcast, hey. Just shake it, shake it like a Polaroid picture. Okay, like seriously, live your life. Oh my gosh. No, I just really had to say that because it's heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking. You know, live your freaking life. If people think you're ugly, guess what? They're not gonna look at your picture. On Facebook, people can't dislike pictures. No, they can't. On Instagram, you may not get as many likes, but you're not going to get a dislike on your Instagram picture. On YouTube, you might get people who write stupid comments, but I will be quite honest, okay? Like, The stupid comments I get about, oh, you African this, that came from one person. But even her herself, she deals with her own insecurities. And she needs Jesus in the worst way. You understand? But like, of all the videos I've done, I've never had anybody leave a comment saying, oh, Marlene, you have the biggest nose I've ever seen. Like, I've never, and I thought when I would start YouTube, I would get like piles of comments just saying that. You understand what I'm saying? And I almost stopped myself from doing something that's really, you know, good, because I got to meet a lot of good people, even you guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, stop it. And I really want to challenge some of you guys to actually start your YouTube channel, because I think it really is going to build, like, you're going to get tough skin from it, and you're going to get to a point where you really don't care what people have to say about you, and instead you're going to actually learn to take ownership of your beauty. You understand what I'm saying? And my other part, like, the other part of this conversation also that I want to talk about is, especially, it's like this vogue of plastic surgery, where you see a lot of, you know, really big or well-known YouTubers with hundreds of thousands of views and millions of followers, you know, always talking about plastic surgery this and plastic surgery that and plastic surgery this. Like, okay, myself, Marlene, and I'm being quite honest, do what you want to do in the comment section, but I find it a bit disheartening. Yeah, I do. I really do. And the sad thing in America is, people, like I said, eudanistic once again, oh, I'm going to do whatever makes me happy. I'm going to do whatever makes me happy. And the unfortunate thing is, with that type of mentality, is it's very selfish. Because the thing is, as a human being, you don't live by yourself. You're not an island, okay? You have family and you have friends who care about you. You understand? So every time or any time you decide to take something like surgery, you got to think about it carefully, because you have people who are seriously going to miss you if something bad happens. People die. You guys, people die. People die. You understand what I'm saying? And the other thing that's always amusing to me when I hear this, like this, you know, this, I don't know, renegade thought of, oh, I'm gonna do whatever makes me happy. It's always about BS. It's always about stupid stuff. You know, oh, I got my boobs done, or my nose, or this got shaved, or this got shaved, or forehead was lowered, or forehead was like higher up. I don't know. You know, it's I always find it's about frivolous stuff. You know, because you'll never hear people say, oh, I'm gonna do what makes me happy and go get a PhD. Or I'm going to do whatever makes me happy and buy me a house. I'm going to do whatever makes me happy and study all night so I can get an A on my exam. I'm going to do whatever makes me happy and be the best person that I can be. It's always about the outward appearance. You understand? It's always about the outward appearance. And when I think about how many young people you have who spend so many hours, you know, on YouTube just eating the stuff up and eating the stuff up. And I'm like, you are going to have young people who look, and that's what happens. You know, you look up to these people, and now instead of living your youth, you're also starting to pick at yourself and looking at things that you could change about yourself, and you're not even enjoying high school. You're not even enjoying your friends. You're not even enjoying going out with your friends and being who you are. Because now, here are people who are telling you, oh, something is not right, go fix it. Oh, this is not big enough, go increase it. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You understand what I'm saying? And nobody is sitting here telling young people, you know, that you should, especially as young girls, ladies, if you don't have values, you will sleep with every man that comes your way. You understand? If you keep on with, like, always want to pick at yourself, pick at your nose, pick at your boobs, pick at your butt, you're going to have, every time a man says hi to you, if you're not on your knees doing something nasty to him, you will be on your back. Let him do some dumb stuff to you. You understand? If you're not careful with this picking at yourself stuff, you're going to end up at some abortion clinic aborting babies left and right because you're insecure. And every time somebody gives you a compliment because you haven't learned to love yourself the way you look, you're going to be at the abortion clinic, honey. Or you're going to be out here with some type of disease at the age of 16. And that's something people need to say to young people, because you're very young. And if you don't learn to love yourself, if you're not careful with the people you're watching and the type of stuff you're listening subconsciously, you're going to think, oh, it's okay. If I don't like something, I got to go change it. If I don't like something, I got to go change it. Then one day, you're going to get in a relationship with some man. He's going to tell you, oh, your boobs are not big enough. And here you are. Instead of returning it back to sender like FedEx, you're going to actually accept the way he sees you and actually starts to see yourself according to the standards of somebody who ain't got no telling you anything about yourself. You have to take your youth. That's why I think young girls, when you're in high school, get involved in sports, try to become president of the student government, do things that are going to build your character as a young woman. So that way, as you get older, or especially as you start dating, if a guy tells you, oh, your boobs ain't big enough, you say, okay, your wee-wee ain't big enough for me either. What you finna do, boo? What you finna do? You understand what I'm saying? Some man comes up to you saying, oh, well, you too dark for me. You can't be my girlfriend, but you can be my friends with benefit. Okay. All right. You're friends with benefit, huh? I'm trying not to cuss y'all. I'm seriously trying. You understand what I'm saying? To me, when I think about YouTube, especially like the makeup thing, I really think it should be a place where young people or women come to see like the things I didn't like about myself, and I was so afraid about this and that. I can use makeup and kind of just like create an illusion, and create an illusion. And then once I'm done with creating the illusion, I just wash it off and I go to sleep. You understand what I'm saying? That's really where I think. That's the way I think about it. That's why, like, especially with the contouring the nose and stuff, I talk about creating an illusion. But still respecting, like, your ethnic symmetry, I guess. You understand what I'm saying? But when you see people who should be teaching you that you can use makeup to change yourself and, kind of have a little illusion, because it's fun to play with makeup. It's fun to create an illusion. You understand? To always, like, it seems like they're shoving this, like, oh, I'm going to do whatever makes me happy, but yet they're making a video explaining why they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Or, yeah, I got to get this fixed. I got this done, I got this done, I got this done. It's like, okay, then why are you a beauty guru? Because to me, a beauty guru is somebody who can look one way and make her, like, him or herself look a different way with makeup, whatever, They have a trick for everything. But if your trick is to you also, like, it's to always get plastic surgery, you're not a YouTube guru. I think you need help. You seriously need help, because all these plastic surgery for one person in, like, within a year, I think that's the whole lot. You understand? So be very careful, ladies. Be very careful. Because I'm going to tell you this. Liz Taylor, with her beautiful self, she had all the plastic surgery in the world. She couldn't keep no man. You understand what I'm saying? Halle Berry is Halle Berry, okay? She is super gorgeous. But yet Eric Benet was cheating on her left and right. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? Nicole Murphy, Eddie Murphy's wife, if you follow her on Instagram, her body is amazing. The lady has 3 kids or whatever, She looks better than her daughters. Same here with my mom. Okay? No, I'm serious. You have beautiful ladies who are gorgeous. They have the plastic. They have everything. But yet, they are divorced. They are dumped. They are cheated on. You know what I'm saying? So your beauty does not guarantee you anything. You can have the biggest boobs in the world, honey, and no man wants you. Because you're not marriage material. Yes, you're not marriage material. Now, if all you want out of life is for people to tell you you're pretty, it's going to get to a point where you're going to get bored. It really is. Because however pretty you think you are, there's always going to be prettier than you. There's always going to be smarter than you and taller than. That's just life. There's always going to be a better than. So that is why it is better for you to take your youth and to spend time investing and building things that are going to last you forever. And that is good character, having moral values, being a good person, not going out of your way to hurt people. You're the type of person, if you say yes, it's yes. If you say no, it's no. I've never heard of people saying, oh, her bra size is a 36 or her boob is whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how they say, like, oh, your reputation precedes you? Amen. They don't say, oh, your bra cup, your panty size or how big your booty is going to precede you. No, they talk about your reputation. You understand what I'm saying? And I remember because for example, I think Denzel Washington is one of the most handsome black men in the world. Okay? Have you seen his wife? You seen his wife? She ain't no Glamazonian, but that woman has been with this man for how many years? 20, 30 years? 3 decades. Ain't nobody come and take her place. Ain't nobody come in her house and kick her out. She's not divorced, honey. She is Mrs. Denzel Washington. And every time he does an interview, he gives his wife her proper dues. Why? Because she is a woman. She's not a girl. She's not a child. She's a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Even Mrs. Obama. I love her body. On her face, you're not going to be like, oh yeah, she's supermodel, whatever. But when you consider the things this woman has accomplished, from Princeton to Harvard, from her giving your president his first job, okay? You understand what I'm saying? To her being a millionaire. A millie? Yes, honey. She was singing that before the Young Money crew. To now being the first black woman, first lady of America, Florida's, honey. Okay? So do you look at her, all of her aesthetics, or do you look at her accomplishment? You're like, yes, honey, you are fierce. You know what I'm saying? You are fierce. And that's what you have to do, ladies. You have to spend your time, your youth, building your intelligence, building your character, building your values. I was talking to one of my little sisters the other day. She was saying, oh, she met some guy she's attracted to. I said, attraction is only for a minute. Because when it comes to marriage, when it comes to long-lasting relationships, what matters and what is going to make a relationship last, you guys, are values. Okay? Your values, your man's values. If you ain't got no values, you ain't going to go nowhere. If you don't have values, you ain't going to go nowhere. You're not going to have lasting relationships if you're out in these streets trifling like I don't even know what. You need to have values. And so many young women lack values. You don't even respect yourself. You know, always so fixated on the outward appearance. And that's why a lot of people don't get married. You know, because you need values. As a woman, you know what muscles you need to develop? Forgiveness. And that's not something you can buy. Because I'm telling you something. In life, there's a new song by Get Through It. It's called Life with so many ups and downs. The guy who sings called James something, and he's like, get through it, you know, go through it. Get through it, okay? And then there's one part where he's like, you've been hurt by the people you love the most. Some days, I tell you, your worst enemy is going to be in your house, in your home, under your roof, okay? Please listen to me. And at that very moment, sweetheart, this right here ain't going to fix it. This in the back right here is not going to fix it. You understand? Sometimes the kind of surgery you need is the one where you get on your knees and you pray God for a new heart. Because you're like, if it was me 2-3 years ago, oh heck no, Negro, I would not be dealing with this. You understand what I'm saying? You pray for God to give you a new heart. Like situations happen and you're like, dang, Marlene, you don't change. I said, I know. You got to work on that. You got to work on that. Your intellect, because that's what's going to get you from point A to point Z. That's what's going to help you to get your life in order, your finances in order, your investments in order, your retirement in order. This right here ain't going to help you with that. It ain't going to help you with that. The size of your forehead or whatever, it ain't going to help you with that. You understand what I'm saying? When you are pregnant, when you lay your life to give another child a life, y'all see it's crazy. When you go into have birth, you look crazy yourself. You understand? When you have to raise your kids, you ain't going to raise your kids with this. You ain't going to raise your kid with your booty size. You're going to raise your kids with your intelligence, with the love that you have for your children, with your wisdom, okay, and with your values. You're going to teach your kids right from wrong, okay, this is a 36D and this is a 36C. That's not how you're going to raise your kids. When you have children, you have to feed your kids. What you going to feed them with? Silicone A or silicone D? You ain't going to feed them with no silicone. You have to learn how to cook to feed your babies. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can't be feeding your babies frozen food all the time, Burger King all the time. No, you can't do that. Because they need to eat right so when they go to school, they can learn right. You know, learn how to cook. Some people need to invest money to go learn how to cook so they can feed themselves and feed their children. Your own children, you have to learn how to feed. If you don't cook for your husband, that's one thing. But when you have children, you have to feed your children. Those are your children. You have to feed them. You understand? Learn how to cook. That's part one of being an independent woman, is learning how to provide like good nourishment for your own body. Learn how to cook. I don't care how much money, oh, I can eat at the restaurant all day. Yeah, sure. You're not going to take your kids to restaurants all day. And to kids, it matters that mommy cooks. And then it got nothing to do with, oh, rolls, whatever. When you come home, even me at the age I am, when my mom cooks for me, it makes me feel special. Because food is how we fellowship as human beings. We fellowship over food. So you feeding your kids is how you're going to fellowship with your children. That's how you teach your kids how they should take care of their children. And your grandbabies. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn you're not going to cook all the time now, but once in a while, you should cook for your babies. When it's their birthdays, you make a little cake for your babies. You build memories for your babies, because to them, it's going to mean everything. My mommy cooked for me. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Those are the things you need to learn to do. Okay? But I'm telling you, when you meet somebody, if it's all about this, and hair and black. And that's one thing I also have with transgendered females. I don't know if you said transgender gals. I don't know how you say it, but transgender females, I guess. That's one of the qualms that I have with them, is that they make it seem like being a woman is all about the body parts. And it's not. Being a woman is so much more than just boobs and body, because sometimes you'll see them write things like, oh, I'm the baddest bee, or I look better than most of these bees out here, and I'm like, sweetheart, because you only have your, and you can change, and you be upset if you want to, but it's the reality. You can change your outward to, like some people say, to match your inside, that's fine, but when you change your outward to match your inside, according to you, you're not changing your outward or your inward to match your reproductive system. You understand? So you'll never have children. You'll never bear children. That's the reality of it. Your body will never take the toll that a woman undergoes to have children. That's not going to happen to you. And the fact is, like, you can change your outside to match your inside. Yes, honey, but you can't change your inside to, like, change your testosterone level to have the level of a woman. You understand? So naturally, you guys are going to be more fit. You're going to lose weight easier than, faster than we do. You're going to have the male benefits also when it comes to maintaining your frame. You understand what I'm saying? You'll never have to be up late at night taking a baby to the emergency room. I'm serious. You could if you adopt one. You understand? But I said it. You're not going to have to stay up all night breastfeeding, where your boobs are just hurting and sad. You're not going to have that. You're not going to have that. You're not going to have an epidural. For some people, it really does affect their back, and they get back pains from it. So being a woman is more than just the body parts. And I wish that sometimes some of the guys who are transgender females would explore the other side of womanhood and femininity, besides just, always being about the boobs and the butts and talking about hashtag, I look better than your bee, or and another thing is, you'll never go through menopause, which causes bloating, which causes a lot of things. You'll never have fibroids also, which causes a lot of things. Okay? And then another thing is, you'll never have your period, therefore you'll never have, so I hope that makes sense, ladies. But yeah, that's what you guys know, I'm very long-winded. But I really wanted to talk about that, because there are so many plastic surgeries out here, like on this YouTube now. Everybody's getting plastic surgery, and it's kind of sad that I feel like a lot of these girls and guys who started here on YouTube are forgetting that people like them because they were just regular people, and I'm not saying it in like patronizing way, I'm just saying, like, okay, that's Marlene, that's so-and-so, like, you feel like that's your girlfriend, and I feel like many people now are getting like Hollywood, where they're getting confused, they're confusing YouTube with actually Hollywood, like real Hollywood, where you end up in the movie theater or where you end up on TV, and they're a little bit delusional, I'm sorry, because it's like, okay, you do all of this, and you're doing all these surgeries so you can get the views, and you can get this, and whatever, but the reality of it is, if something bad happens to you, and you die, people are going to forget about you. I'm serious. Just like the little girl who, Talia Joy, when Talia passed away, everybody was retweeting it, sharing it for likes. People were exploiting that girl's passing away to be relevant, All these people, Have you ever heard of them sending her mama checks? No. As anybody, when the anniversary of her death comes around, all these people who were tweeting, Instagramming, YouTubing when the little girl passed away, have you seen one person make a video about her or one person post about her? No, and she died from cancer at the age of 13. So if you go do something stupid and all people say, oh yeah, it's your life, do what you want to do. If you die, they're going to move right along with their lives. And find another YouTuber and watch the person and keep it moving. You know, sometimes on YouTube, you gotta have 2 feet on the ground and have people around you who are going to keep you level-headed. Because sometimes subscribers, because they like you so much, and sometimes because they're just nosy, and because it's not their lives also. So they're going to encourage you to do whatever you want to do. Because if something bad happens to you, they don't have to bear the ramifications of it. They sure don't. If you get a nose job and it flops, they're like, girl, yeah, your nose looks cute. People on social media be lying to people sometimes. You know, so you have to think about that. And another thing is, some of these YouTubers make a lot of money. Some of them, just to do a little video showing you the Chanel gloss right here, they will get paid like 12 grand per video. Okay? So they have money to blow on dumb-ish. Okay? So my thing is, don't start wanting things that you know you can't afford. You know what I'm saying? Instead, spend your time and your money on things that you can and cannot afford, but at least are going to be yours forever, like your education, for example. You know what I'm saying? Those are things you should be building for. Or saving money to buy a house. Okay? Saving money. I know I was talking to one of my friends. We were looking at this one guy, and he charges like 10 grand for rhinoplasty. And I said, baby, 10 grand for 3 hours of work? That's like $3,000. $3,333.33. You know, repeating out there, whatever, you know, for 3 hours of work. I'm gonna pay somebody almost like $3,300 for 1 hour of work. What for? Girl, Dermablend, okay, and the sleek contour kit right here. Boom, 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 boom. Use a beauty blender. We're gonna fix this right here. I'm gonna give myself that that I want. You understand? Do that. Think about buying your house or something like that, you know, or think about investing, something that's going to bring you residual income. You know what I'm saying? Think about using the money to start a blog. Think about I don't know, like, do something with your money that even when you're 20 or 30 or 50, whatever, it is going to bring money forever. You can buy land with 10 grand in certain places. You know what I'm saying? I mean, ladies, seriously, think about what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Think about what I'm saying, and don't let the devil distract you and get you to spend your money in very frivolous things, because one day you'll be looking for that money and you won't even know. There are days, I tell y'all, you'll be looking for $1, you won't even find it. When you're like, dang, I remember the days when I had so much money. Yeah, because you didn't do anything relevant with it, so now money is running away from you. You know what I'm saying? There's so much you can be doing with your money. So don't be watching people who make so much money for just advertising product, and if you notice, like their monthly favorites are just plugins of all these different brands and stuff. Don't look at people like that. You know what I'm saying? And start wanting the frivolous things they want, because the money you make, I'm sure you make it in you know, a harder way, if that makes any sense. You know, we all have flaws we don't like. We all have things about ourselves that we don't like. That's everybody. Everybody. You understand? J-Lo is fine as I don't even know what. She can't keep a man. J-Lo cannot keep a relationship for more than like 5 years. Okay? That's crazy. You understand? So, fight for what matters. Spend money on what matters. Spend money on the things that truly are going to make a real difference in your life. Because ultimately, you guys, we're going to die. We're going to die. One day, everybody has a set day when they're going to die. There's a day I'm going to die. There's a day you're going to die. And the day you die, and they're at that church, whatever it is, doing your funeral service, when they do your eulogy, ain't nobody going to be talking about your bra size. And nobody's going to be talking about how perfect your nose was, or how big your nose was, or how ugly your nose was, or, nobody is going to be talking about your aesthetics. I've never went to a funeral where I've heard, even in movies, I've never heard a eulogy where people were talking about somebody's aesthetics, or her height, or how blonde her hair was, or how blue, like, oh, her teeth were perfect, her bra size was a 36C, and she had the same measurements as Tyra Banks. Girl, let me tell you, like, that's insulting. Okay, even to your family, it will be insulting. When people go to a funeral, they talk about how good of a person you were, how caring you were. They talk about your education. They talk about the work you did in your life. They talk about how many kids you left behind, how many grandkids you'll be leaving behind. What does that tell you? That the life you live it so you can touch as many people. Live it so that you can be the best person that you can be. And none of this involves makeup. It doesn't involve hair, lashes, perfect clothes, a perfect smile. It involves wanting to be the best person that you can be. Doing your best, and every time you start something, give it your all. When you see somebody who's in need and you can help them, help those people. Build your character. Build your muscle for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Build your muscle for patience. That's what's going to matter the day you die. Because eventually, once we're all dead, when you wake up in the morning, you wash your face, you take the little toner, if you look at the cotton pad, you'll see like all the dirt. What the Bible says, out of dirt, God made man, and once you die, you'll go back to being dirt. Go back to being dirt. So why allow this cosmetic surgery stuff and rhinoplasty and boob job? I mean, like all this stuff. Why allow it to take so much time out of your life when you were called to have a destiny so much greater than you yourself can even imagine? I'm serious. That's why I'm going to conclude this message, because it's been long. You have an amazing destiny. You were, like the Bible says, God told, he said, oh, when you were in your mother's womb, I already know your name. And I had plans to prosper you. So you were born with the name. You were born with the destiny. God has a plan for your life. You understand? All you have is to let him take you, and he will take you where he has to take you. But if you spend hours picking at yourself, not going out, not going on this trip with your school, you're not going to this university because of your weight, you're not going to this camp because of your weight, you're not going here because your nose is too big, you don't want to try modeling with these white girls because you're thinking like my butt's too big, you don't want to go to this, convention because, oh, my hair is not straight, my hair is too curly, people there is, you don't want to go play on the basketball team because everybody's taller than you. Sweetheart, how exactly are you going to accomplish your destiny if you're always putting frivolous things as a block, or a hurdle, for you to get started? Stop it. You're not going to go to the prom because I'm not going to get my hair like this, I'm not going to have this, whatever. Okay. Keep doing that, see what happens. Or at least I gotta go. Keep doing it, see what happens. You're gonna wake up be 40 and have no memories of yourself. It's like you never existed. Nobody ever saw you. It's like you came and you like a comet. Nobody ever. If that's how you want it to be, enjoy life. Disappear. Don't participate. Stay home. Don't live your life. Find excuses. Stay on that couch. Baby girl, you're going to wake up one day, you're going to be 2034, and you would have not a single picture, not a single friend, nothing, because you stopped yourself from living. That's it. I got to go. Ladies, I love y'all, and I really hope that this is going to help many of you guys. Okay. Deuces.